Sí, están duros.
What are you doing?
We're out there already. I think I got left the last game.
Claro que están duros.
¿Están duros o no?
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to IMG Academy Pro Classic. My name is Ryan Sudol. I'll be bringing you all the action today between the New York Red Bulls and the Oklahoma City Energy FC of USL Pro, considered a third division side here, but pulling off an impressive win over Toronto FC just a couple of nights ago on Wednesday evening, 1-0 off of the foot of Kyle Gregg in the 51st minute. For those of you watching on NewYorkRedBulls.com, saw Wednesday evening they pulled a draw result with the Danish side HB. A very good game played by both squads, but much colder on the pitch on a Wednesday night, with from anywhere from 25 to 30 miles per hour. Not conducive to very effective play, but the 1-1 draw, the result, and now the Red Bulls, with today's match, will have an to take a lead in this group and possibly play next Saturday in the championship game. A couple of storylines that we're going to be following for the Red Bulls. Not your typical starters. You're going to see a lot more trialists than you did on Wednesday. Starters in net will be Kyle Rainish, formerly with the Chicago Fire. Also, defender Connor Lade, midfielder Peggy Loyandula. Number 17 is the trialist Dane Richards, who used to be with had a long stint with them, but now joining the team as a trialist. Number 19, Leo Stolz, and the signed draft pick, considered one of the best players a few years ago out of Munich, Germany, and one of the best college players out of UCLA. Also midfielder Sean Davis, a homegrown player out of Long Branch, New Jersey, played his college soccer at Duke. So number 32, Carl Ouimet, formerly of Montreal, joining the team as a trialist. Number 33, Manolo Sanchez, another draft pick for the Red Bulls, but unsigned as of now. John Kennedy Hurtado, Anthony Wallace, and the captain's armband will be worn by number 99, Bradley Wright Phillips. Anthony Wallace and Kennedy Hurtado, also trialists. Anthony Wallace, formerly of the Tampa Bay Rowdies last season, also had some opportunities with the Colorado Rapids and FC Dallas. A very athletic left back, likes to press up and create chances. Very good at protecting the ball, so we'll see how he does in his trial. Had some good minutes on Wednesday night. The wind pattern slightly different from what it was on Wednesday, and actually even slightly different from what it was earlier this morning. It was blowing across the field from east to west. Now seems to be blowing from south towards the north goal. My name is Ryan Sudol. I'll have all of the action here from Field 1 at IMG Academy. Again, this is the Suncoast Pro Classic, featuring 4 Major League Soccer clubs. The Denmark club HB Kuya, the other team you see today, the Oklahoma City Energy FC out of USL Pro, considered the third division in the non-promoting or relegating U.S. soccer pyramid. Also, the Costa Rican U23 team, as well as London United. Had some travel issues with some of the other squads that were supposed to be here, so London United had a chance to check in late, a club team out of London. Red Bulls wearing their Navy kits, yellow numerals going right to left on your screen to start. Oklahoma City Energy wearing their green kits, white numerals, going left to right, and we are underway in Bradenton, Florida. And back to the near side, Oklahoma City not putting too much pressure forward. Possession just being traded along the back line. Sent out wide to the right and up, intended for Richards. When just getting up into that one and sending it out past touch, it'll be a throw-in for Energy FC. Again, often in these preseason competitions mentioned Wednesday night, you'll see the lower division teams play with their starters and not so much with trialists. just because they have a deep desire to win and show they belong playing with the big boys, whereas you will see some of the more professional teams considered in the first division, which is Major League Soccer, often using this opportunity to prep for the upcoming MLS season just a couple of weeks away. And Red Bulls now have to fight as that foul is given for soccer fandom in the New York, New Jersey area, as they will now have 3 professional teams to choose from with the introduction of NYC FC this offseason. We won't even begin to get into the controversy that they've stirred in MLS as Anthony Wallace, with the big swing, tries to get it across, looking for the header. Dane Richards almost won back and instead taken back by OKC Energy. And that one headed up and out. Anthony Wallace getting it back up. Bradley Wright Phillips getting it up to Dane Richards in the box, and now a good chance early for the Red Bulls. Tries to put that one up, instead bounces back to Leo Stoltz. Now Bradley Wright Phillips with the chance, puts a foot on it, can't get the turn, and it's cleared out. Nice run by the Red Bulls. Bradley Wright Phillips had a chance to take the early goal here in the 3rd minute. And now we see Anthony Wallace pressing high for the Red Bulls, has the step over, keeps it in. Oh, he's trying to be shoved off the ball by Oklahoma City, and it's taken back away. And they are going to call the foul on Wallace. Starters for Oklahoma City Energy today, same as they were Wednesday night in their victory over Toronto FC. Evan Newton in goal, not wearing a number. Number 2, Jacob Van Koppernal. Number 3, Peebo Due. Number 5, Gareth Evans. Number 7, Sebastian Dalgard. Number 8, Michael Thomas. Number 10, Chuy Sanchez. Number 12, Daniel Gonzalez. Number 13, Danny Delgado. Number 22, Kyle Gregg. He was the lone goal scorer on Wednesday night. And number 23, Mark Howard. And the cross coming in, skips through the 18. No Red Bull player there to receive it. Wallace putting a little bit of pressure on. That goes off his knee. It'll be a throw-in for Oklahoma City. Anthony Wallace knocks it up and back to Wallace. And he will send it back to the keeper, Kyle Rainish. The Red Bulls try to build from the back. As John Kennedy Hurtado gets it up to his left. Anthony Wallace, the good first touch, brings it back towards the center of the field. Steps back and just a little heavy on the pass intended for Peggy Loyandula. Now the throw-in gets caught in the wind. Bradley Wright Phillips and Manolo Sanchez giving chase. And towards the far sideline, just again heavy on the pass, will come into Leo Stoltz on the throw from the Red Bulls. Booted up, intended for Dane Richards. Again, we'll just go out of play. The wind blowing slightly from the east to the west. It's heavier from north to south, but once it gets up into that wind, there's no telling where the ball is going to go. And now Loyandula, nice first touch. Bradley Wright Phillips unable to get there. Now sent back across to number 8, Michael Thomas. And the turn by Gareth Evans. And cleared back up fields for Stoltz. And the takedown. Connor Lade is going for it. Oklahoma City, no booking yet. Sent back, that one gets into the wind. Carl Ouimet is giving chase, formerly with the Montreal Impact. As Peggy Loyandula has the good turn and taken back away, and a chance to counter now for Oklahoma City. Good first touch, and now Greg approaching the 18 up top and didn't get a chance to get that cross in early. And Chewy Sanchez now, as Connor Lade is up there to put some good defense. No real threat for the Red Bulls, almost taken back away, and it is by Sebastian Dalgard, trying to get a cross up into the wind and headed out. Nice save, and now that shot, Gareth Evans. Shot from distance, about 25 yards, goes over the crossbar and possibly a little wide left. But a nice strike from the Welsh midfielder. And now up for Bradley Wright Phillips. Back to Dane Richards, who's got room to run on the far sideline. Getting ready to break into the 18, tries to get the turn, and a corner is awarded by the assistant referee. They're going to say Oklahoma City got the last touch before it went out. And a first corner kick. The wind blowing directly into the face of Sean Davis. And hometown product out of Long Branch, New Jersey. He'll have the outswinger from the far corner. Gets that one up. Good strength. Touch goes. It will be another corner kick as we approach the 9th minute of play. Davis gets into another one. This one a little bit lower. Bradley Wright Phillips almost gets a foot to it. It's headed back. And now a chance to volley Manolo Sanchez, and going wide right. And they're going to say it was contacted by an Energy FC player. So we will have our third straight corner kick. Connor Lade has to boot that ball to the side. Again, wind blowing directly away from the goal. And again with the outswinger. That one, good distance. Almost gets ahead to it. Stays in the box, Sanchez staying. Heads it forward, looking for a chance to put it in the back of the net, and that one cleared out near the 6. Red Bulls are going to keep possession. And sent back to Connor Lade. And sent through the box. Evan Newton will have a goal kick. Tenth minute of play, still scoreless here at IMG Academy. For those of you unaware, IMG Academy is one of the elite training facilities in the United States and possibly the world. Many NFL teams, a few MLS teams, and many baseball teams here in Florida like to come here and train, prep for the NFL scouting combine. Also many professional tennis players. And now Bradley Wright Phillips breaking into the box, has a chance. Manolo Sanchez with the finish and the first goal for the New York Red Bulls. They go up 1-0 in the 10th minute. Bradley Wright Phillips and Manolo Sanchez with the 2-on-1. The easy pass across the box and no chance for Evan Newton to stop that. An easy finish for Manolo Sanchez. And right now, this position for Oklahoma City, an unfamiliar one at this IMG Suncoast Pro Classic. They won, and now a quick steal by Dane Richards and another chance to extend that 1-goal lead, taken back away. Trying to get the turn around John Kennedy Hurtado. Can't get there again. We've seen a few players switch, namely Michael Bradley in the first game with Toronto FC over on that side of the pitch, and typically the field is in great shape here at IMG. Again, the 5 o'clock and the 7:30 games will be played at the fairly new IMG Academy Stadium, where the Red Bulls recorded their draw on Wednesday night. Just about a year old, and I can't believe there is no foul called there. A giant shoulder put into the back of Bradley Wright Phillips. Jesse Marsh not happy with that call, and rightfully so. Oklahoma City fighting for possession as the wind begins to pick up. Anthony Wallace drops it back, and one of the benefits of being here at IMG Academy, the fans have an opportunity to interact with the players that you typically can't in a pro soccer stadium. Also get a chance to hear the managers converse with the officials. Usually when you do hear that, it's not pleasant. That one headed back to Evan Newton. And the box again 1-0 in favor of the Red Bulls. Thank you guys for tuning in on NewYorkRedBulls.com. Temperatures in the mid-70s here in Bradenton, Florida, just about 40 minutes south of the Tampa Bay area. Not to rub it in for those of you suffering in that New York, New Jersey cold. Dane Richards gets a touch, loses possession back to Oklahoma City. Now on the charge is Kyle Gregg, looking to get his second goal of the tournament. Breaks into the 18, crosses to Chewy Sanchez at the top of the 18, and a nice clearance. Number 32, the trialist Carl Ouimet. Be a throw-in for Energy FC from the far side. Getting wind blowing directly into the goal that Energy FC are trying to score on. And they are going to try and attempt a long throw. Get this into the box. Toe drags, gets there, punched away by Rainish. And a nice clearance by Bradley Wright Phillips. Dane Richards in a full sprint trying to stick with it and win the ball for the Red Bulls. Instead, settled back to Mark Howard. Bradley Wright Phillips putting a little pressure on Evan Newton, and Wallace able to win the header. And then finally poked away from Chewy Sanchez, Oklahoma City. Now with a chance to create again. Sebastian Delgard lays off to Delgado. Now into the corner, and now a crossing opportunity is a low cross, and just going through the box and missing the head of Gareth Evans. Chance for Oklahoma City to find an equalizer. Instead, it will go out for a corner kick. And that one gets up into the wind and headed back over, and Rainish, no problem there, goes down in the box. And now a wide open Peggy Loyandula on the charge. On the near side, had some space. Rainish just taking his time and finally throws it off to his back line, and now trying to create. That is Sean Davis. Trying to get that up and through to Wright Phillips, and instead chested down, losing his footing, was Kyle Gregg. Oklahoma City will settle it back down. But Peggy Loyandula applying some pressure, and now here comes Manolo Sanchez. The lone goal scorer today, clean slide challenge, and kept in by the Red Bulls. Loyandula, good turn, gets the pass up to Wright Phillips, tries to step over it. Nice defense by Jacob Van Compernal to prevent the Red Bulls from going up 2-0. 16th minute of play. And a foul blown on the Red Bulls. It'll be a free kick. Oklahoma City may have been wise with the wind directly at their back to possibly take a chance from about 45 yards out, but they opt to play the quick restart, and now a chance. Sends it down, intended for Michael Thomas in the corner, and can't get the cross there in time. It will go out for a goal kick. Rainish with the restart on towards the midfield circle. Greg trying to get a turn. Able to head it over to Sebastian Dalgard. Now settled back, but the Red Bulls pulling pressure, and Bradley Wright Phillips with the steal and the chance. Now left off for Peggy Loyandula from the top of the 18. Chipped over to Manolo Sanchez. Hangs up in the wind. Too heavy on the pass. Manolo Sanchez looking possible brace early in the game, and now Wallace tries to get the cross through, headed out. Looks like that was Gareth Evans. Now back into the Wallace. And they are going to blow Anthony Wallace offside. And Oklahoma City coming off of a very impressive and hard-fought win Wednesday night over Toronto FC. Those of you unaware, Toronto FC was able to beat the Danish side HB Kuya. Jonathan Osorio notching a 53rd minute goal assisted by the USMNT striker Josie Altidore. Kyle Gregg blown for offsides on that charge. Rainish coming way off his line, didn't need to. As play resumes here in Bradenton, Florida. Sean Davis, and swung back to Rainish. Now Kennedy Hurtado. Trading, and the step. Red Bull's able to keep it. Manolo Sanchez able to chest it down, plays it to his feet, room to run, tries to get the through ball to Bradley Wright Phillips. Stops just outside of the 18 and tries to skip it across to Peggy Loyandula. And just cleared off the line by Oklahoma City Energy FC. Now up to Loyandula, gets a little shove. Sanchez, nice chest to win possession, tries to get by one, steps over, and that goes off. Number 23, Mark Howard, it'll be a throw-in. Sanchez gets it up to Leo Stolz. Now the turn, nice move by Davis. Gets it up to Loyandula, wide open. And then across to Stolz. Trying to get it back up for Bradley Wright Phillips. Just goes into the 18 and taken back away by Oklahoma City, who's now looking to counter. But Carl Ouimet is not going to let that happen. Able to knock it out into the opposing stands. Nice body by Sean Davis to keep possession with the Red Bulls. And no offside, but Wind unable to knock that one down as Dane Richards was charging into the corner. Will go out for a goal kick. Evan Newton sends it back up past midfield. That one sailing. Kennedy Hurtado able to get a head to it. Again, back in early January, Red Bulls named Jesse Marsh the head coach coming into this upcoming 2015 season. Marsh previously coached with the Montreal Impact back in 2012. One of the second most successful teams in Major League Soccer history. Marsh also spent time with the U.S. men's national team, serving as Bob Bradley's assistant for the 2009 Gold Cup. Happy to be here with the Red Bulls. It's Kyle Rainish comes off his line to boot that one out for the throw. Oklahoma City trying to create a chance. Anthony Wallace gets a head to it, able to clear it out, and Stolz. And now taken away, it looks like Chewy Sanchez. Fires to his left, and now a chance for Oklahoma City. And contact made on the ball. And head coach Jimmy Nielsen not too happy with that call, as Jesse Marsh was not happy with the last call, wanted a penalty kick. Now being warned for language is Jimmy Nielsen. Jesse Marsh also received the same warning from the center referee. And again, the PRO referee organization has to deal with a lot of scrutiny from North American Soccer League fans. But as in any professional sport, everybody's least favorite player is the official. Now Stoltz, the long lead pass intended for Bradley Wright Phillips. It's a good one down the far side. Chips it up into Dane Richards, breaking into the box, and that one just sealed out and kept down by Evan Newton. Looked like it was going to go out for a corner. Evan Newton comes off the line, saw Dane Richards wasn't going to be able to get a foot to it, and keeps this a 1-0 game here in the 24th minute of play. Booted up, Kennedy Hurtado gets a head to it. Wins possession for the Red Bulls, but taken quickly back away by Energy FC. It's Chewy Sanchez trying to break into the box. Gets it over to Kyle Gregg. John Kennedy Hurtado, great defensive stance. Clears that one away from Kyle Rainish. Now losing it in the sun, Daniel Gonzalez falls down, and now Delgado able to get by one. Anthony Wallace puts a foot to it, but they're going to call a foul on Anthony Wallace. And this one from just outside of the 18, we'll call it a 23-yard attempt with the wind directly at the back of whoever is going to try and put this shot on target. And now Dane Richards taking his time before being told to come off of the ball. Taking all the time he possibly can, waiting for Kyle Rainish to set the wall 10 yards back. Now that one shot up into the wind over the crossbar. Chewy Sanchez gets too much under it. And Red Bulls avoid a equalizing scare. Game remains 1-0. And there is a cool breeze here at IMG Academy, but the sun, while in it, is adding an extra 10 to 15 degrees as Manolo Sanchez was looking to cross it to Dane Richards, but there is a down player. It is Michael Thomas. Trainer will come out and have a look. Didn't see where the contact happened. I was focused on where the ball was. Looks like he may have bumped the knees. Does not look to be a cramp. And again, the goal for the Red Bulls on Wednesday night coming just within 24 hours of signing his first MLS contract after leaving the Carolina Railhawks. Mike Grella able to come through early in Wednesday night's match, and eventually giving up an equalizer to HB Kuya. Again, HB Kuya losing today, though, to Toronto FC in the noon game. And they will tack this time on. Again, a good showing so far from the Red Bull trialists, especially having as many on the back line as they do. Anthony Wallace at left back. John Kennedy Hurtado playing left center back. And good to see Michael Thomas walking off on his own power. A little bit gingerly. Just going to take a quick breather, walk up and down the sideline, and may in fact see a substitute for him, but seems to be jogging okay and will be allowed to enter the field of play again. And now drop kick sent back to the keeper. And now pressure coming from Sanchez and Wright Phillips. That one just missing the head of Loyandola. And a foul blown. It's going to stay with the Red Bulls. Leo Stoltz. Now Connor Lade. Now looking for the big switch. Anthony Wallace wide open on the near side. Nice first touch. And tries to kick it to himself, and he does. He's able to get around. And the assistant referee is going to blow the throw in. Anthony Wallace unable to keep it in. It goes out past touch. It'll be a throw in for Oklahoma City. And Michael Thomas re-entering the field of play after taking a couple of minutes. Now the throw-in. We'll get up into the wind. Wallace gets the header up, and it goes back. It will trail out of bounds, and Michael Thomas will have the throw again. No foul by Kennedy Hurtado, and Anthony Wallace able to get it up into the wind, looking for Bradley Wright Phillips. Held off. Loyandula can't get there. Gareth Evans jumping over the back. Advantage being played for the Red Bulls. Connor Lade with a nice flick to himself, able to keep possession for New York. Now the turn gets up to Manolo Sanchez. Back to Sean Davis, and now Loyandula. Nice step. Good turn. Looking for an outlet. Finds Anthony Wallace on the near side. And booted back. Now Dane Richards tries to get it up to Connor Lade. Goes out past touch. It'll be a throw-in for Oklahoma City. And now a chance at a quick counter. Kyle Gregg chasing. Kennedy Hurtado with the good defensive header to get it back to Kyle Rainish. Here in the 30th minute of play. And Bradley Wright Phillips, they are going to whistle him offside. Looks like he may have been just a body length behind that last defender of Oklahoma City. Oklahoma City just heavy on the pass, will stick, and Kyle Rainish able to get it back up to John Kennedy Hurtado. Nice turn by Manolo Sanchez. And the lone goal scorer for the Red Bulls, Bradley Wright Phillips, able to get it up, and they are going to award the free kick. Referee trying to play a little bit of the advantage. Instead, blows play dead, and Red Bulls will have a free kick just after 3 o'clock local time. Dane Richards, again, former member of the Red Bulls, one of the familiar faces for fans, but here at the IMG Suncoast Pro Classic, just joining as a trialist, trying to make the team for the 2015 squad. Daniel Gonzalez, heavy on the touch, good defense by the Red Bulls, and goes out for a goal kick. One coming toward the near sideline and blows out toward the fourth official. First match we've had with a fourth official today. And now a substitution. We'll see Leo Stoltz step off. And Sean McClaws will come on, formerly of Coastal Carolina University. Also an unsigned draft pick here in preseason with the Red Bulls. Anthony Wallace puts a shoulder into the back of Kyle Gregg, and free kick blown. Peggy Loyandula gonna settle it up for Delgado. Now Now with the wind at his back, Delgado's going to curl one in and just goes into the hands of Rainish. No real threat there for the Red Bulls. 33rd minute of play approaching. And a heavy pass across the pitch intended for Anthony Wallace goes out for a throw-in. Oklahoma City, nice turn by Chewy Sanchez, back to Delgado. And across to Gareth Evans. Bad first touch, and now a takeaway by Dane Richards, and a chance maybe for the New York Red Bulls. Richards charging down the far sideline. Richards losing possession. Back to Oklahoma City Energy, and now they're looking to counter. Instead, they settle it back and slow things down. And now maybe a chance for Loyandula, but Evan Newton boots it back past midfield and offside whistled. And the assistant referee having some words with the head coach, Oklahoma City, Jimmy Nielsen. Not happy with that call. Now Loyandula gets it up to Sanchez. Great touch, tries to skip it across the 18. Instead cleared back out by the Energy FC. Kennedy Hurtado, a nice seal out, steps over and kicks it, and Rainish is going to come and have to save that to avoid the corner kick, so it'll just be a throw-in. Unfortunately, Kyle Gregg had no options to quickly throw it in and catch Rainish off his line, so Delgado approaches the 18. Nice little fake stutter step, loses his footing. Ball stays with Oklahoma City. And Gareth Evans drops back, sent across. Play switched for OKC. And trailing 1-0 to the New York Red Bulls here in the 35th minute. Back to the near side, and dangerous pass taken away by Bradley Wright Phillips. Now Peggy Loyandula has that taken away, and now we just see Sean McClaws try and change direction quickly. Lost his footing, able to get back on defense. Now Oklahoma City lining up a shot, and it's a strong one, but just too high. Looked like that was Sebastian Dalgard. And again, if you get it crossbar height at all, the wind is absolutely going to carry the ball where you don't want it to go. Can't get the spin on it. So we have just about 10 minutes remaining in the first half. Only one major stoppage, and that was the injury to number 8, Michael Thomas, as Dane Richards with a strong challenge, able to get it back and taken down. I don't know how they're not going to call that foul. I understand that the one Oklahoma City player got to the ball first, but then the other player was the one who initiated contact that took down Dane Richards. And I'll continue to bite my tongue about the officials. Dalgard gets away from Loyandula. Now up to Kyle Gregg. Maybe a chance for Oklahoma City. Poked up to Chewy Sanchez. Puts a shot on. He was onside, but Kyle Rainish able to put a hand on it. Knock it over the crossbar for a corner kick. It's going to come from the far corner. First one we've seen this half over that way. And for those who can see the way that the corner flag is blowing, they're actually going to say it's going to have to come from the near side. Chewy Sanchez would have had a chance at an Olympico. Michael Bradley in the first game against Toronto FC put one on target from the corner spot. A very impressive feat, but was able to be knocked away by the Kuya keeper. Now headed out. And back for another corner. It is number 13, Danny Delgado, with the in-swinger directly into the wind, blowing towards the near post. Gets that one up into the wind, and it's out. It'll be a goal kick. "37 minutes have elapsed. Red Bulls lone goal coming back in the 10th minute by trialist Manolo Sanchez. A nice easy assist from Bradley Wright Phillips is what got the Red Bulls up early, and that 1-0 lead has held. Headed up, Sanchez able to look it forward, and they're going to say that it went off of the head of Sanchez. Michael Thomas right in front of manager Jesse Marsh. A nice pass, and now the far side, that's Peebo Due. Guarded by McLaws. Now Dane Richards pressing up for the Red Bulls. Oklahoma City trying to turn and attack, but been unable to do so for most of the afternoon. Nice turn by Sean Davis. Comes back up. That one skips off of Dalgard and out for the Red Bull throw. Just on the other side of midfield. Now Peggy Loyandula with a nice deft touch there, but no Red Bull player there to receive it. And now a chance maybe for Oklahoma City. Michael Thomas gets it up into the wind, taken away. Sean Davis now with a chance to create something for New York. Gets the pass bouncing in for Bradley Wright Phillips, trying to win it. Sealed out nicely and then finally cleared. Big scare, and Anthony Wallace able to get a leg to it. Can't keep it in play. It will be a throw-in for Oklahoma City, but another excellent chance for the Red Bulls. As we enter the 40th minute of play. Looks like we may have substitution coming. Michael Harris, formerly of University of Washington, is going to come in for Michael Thomas. Again, Michael Thomas down with something of an injury earlier in the half. Thought he was okay, but we'll now have Michael Harris in his stead for at least the time being. Now back, Kyle Gregg, pressure coming, able to be poked away by Kennedy Hurtado. Now the throw. Gets up into the wind, going for Chewy Sanchez, and tries to get it out in a very athletic play there by Carl Ouimet. Looked like it was going out, destined to be a corner kick. Instead, it will be a throw. Deep in the Energy FC attacking side. And he is going to try and get this throw up into the wind and into the box. It's a strong throw heading goalward, and Loyandula is there to get a foot, and Anthony Wallace able to clear it upfield for the Red Bulls. And Dane Richards has a lot of room to run. Bradley Wright Phillips going to be right behind him. Now Dane Richards trying to make something happen and just goes off of the foot. Nice defensive stance. I believe that was Chewy Sanchez in pursuit. And Evan Newton avoids a scare. Gareth Evans, now pressure coming. Nice touch back to Evan Newton, a dangerous one. Just gets under and able to clean it back up. Clear it back up near midfield. And they're going to whistle a foul on Connor Lade. I didn't see that. Connor Lade making the step up from the New York Cosmos to the New York Red Bulls. And the Cosmos rejoining the North American Soccer League back in 2013, one of 3 professional teams in the city of New York. And now McLaws gets it up to Richards, but the slide challenge, they're going to say, actually got up off of Richards, and it'll be a throw-in for Oklahoma City. Gets into Gareth Evans. Pressure coming from Wright Phillips. And then booted back upfield. Kennedy, Hurtado, and Wallace. Anthony able to get it back to Kyle Rainish. Now Sean Davis on the charge, had room to run. Now back up, Dane Richards. Maybe a chance to cross and a chance to go up 2-0 here in the 43rd minute. Drops back to Connor Lade. Shoved off the ball, and they are going to award the free kick. Now the quick reset, Dane Richards with a chance, crossing into the box, looking for Wright Phillips or Manolo Sanchez. Doesn't get to either, and now Wallace gets the pass from Loyandula. That one bounces off from Bradley Wright Phillips trying to charge, and that one skips across the pitch and out for a throw-in. Deep, back to Anthony Wallace. Nice little pass up to Manolo Sanchez. Now Manolo Sanchez able to center back to Sean Davis. And see the Oklahoma City players wanting a handball. And now through the box, trying to get to Dane Richards, but kept in McClaws. Drops back, and now Loyandula. Swings over to Anthony Wallace. And now up, a nice pass and a nice touch. Loyandula maybe would have had a chance to turn around and volley. Instead, tried to lay it back for Manolo Sanchez, but gives it back away, and Oklahoma City has the clearance here. We're in the 44th minute of play, approaching extra time. Right now, Kyle Gregg, the only player playing up for Oklahoma City. Now Sean Davis, the homegrown product for the Red Bulls. Now up for Bradley Wright Phillips, making a nice run into the corner. Nice cutback. Pass to Dane Richards. Now back over to McClaws. Has Wright Phillips, and now breaking into the box, and just sealed out too heavy on the pass intended for Sean McClaws, and the unsigned draft pick of the Red Bulls. And Evan Newton will have a goal kick. Evan Newton recording a clean sheet back on Wednesday night against Toronto FC, a 1-0 result. Now charging and trying to keep it in is Daniel Gonzalez, but it'll be a throw-in for the Red Bulls. And there will be no extra time. The clock will stop right at 45 minutes, and at the end of 45, the score is New York Red Bulls 1, Oklahoma City Energy FC 0. Again, the lone goal coming back in the 10th minute, scored by trialist Manolo Sanchez. Assisted from Bradley Wright Phillips. We'll have second half action for you just about 15 minutes from now. You are watching exclusive coverage of the IMG Suncoast Pro Classic on NewYorkRedBulls.com. And welcome back to IMG Academy Stadium. Ryan Sudol getting ready to bring you second half action between Oklahoma City Energy FC and the New York Red Bulls. Red Bulls right now with a 1-0 lead. Substitutions coming for the Red Bulls in the second half. Trialist for Trialist, Anthony Wallace playing left back will have a seat. The Jamaican international player Kamar Lawrence, wearing number 92, will step onto the pitch, as will Anatole Abong. And we are underway in the second half. Again, the scoring in the game, the 10th minute goal from Trialist Manolo Sanchez, assisted by Bradley Wright Phillips, is the difference in the match right now. Oklahoma City Energy FC with a few chances in the first half, but Red Bulls seem to dominate possession as Oklahoma City Energy, and a foul given. Free kick opportunity. Oklahoma City going right to left on your screen. New York Red Bulls going left to right, wearing their navy kits and yellow numerals. And now in the second half, Red Bulls will have the advantage of the wind blowing at their backs. Unfortunately for Oklahoma City, they will be kicking directly into the wind. On the stadium field Wednesday night, they did score a goal into the wind, and that one crossed over off the head of Gareth Evans. Can't get it directly, and Kyle Rainish is able to keep this a 1-0 game. Good start, though, for Oklahoma City Energy FC. Again, the squad from USL Pro. No doubt they will play the New York Red Bulls 2, their new USL Pro team, as MLS teams have recently started introducing. Also the Timbers and Sounders with USL Pro affiliations. Connor Lade now lays it off to McClaws, skips it across the box, stepped over, nice turn, and the shot going wide right, but offside. It goes into the net. Unfortunately for Anatole Abong, they are going to say that he was offside. So Evan Newton able to let this game from getting out of hand. And now Jesse Marsh having some words with the assistant referee. And it shouldn't have been offside. Dane Richards stepped over it, but I guess they're saying that Anatole Abong was offside on the initial pass from McClaws. Now up for McClaws and cleared off by number 7, Sebastian Dalgard. That one skipped in. Another chance maybe for Abong. Instead, cleared off and sent up, sealed out. Evan Newton able to corral it. Evan Newton telling his guys to press up. You might be able to pick up the national anthem being played on the IMG Academy Stadium. Again, those games will be streaming on imgacademy.com. I want to thank you guys for tuning in to NewYorkRedBulls.com for this game. 5 o'clock, Columbus Crew will be taking on the Costa Rican U23 team. And then 7:30, Philadelphia Union will take on London United, a club squad from London that was a last-minute fill-in after some drama caused Congo squad TP Mazembe from making it here to Bradenton. And Philadelphia Union having a relatively disappointing preseason so far, having lost to 2 NASL squads. And then that pass too heavy from Gareth Evans. McClaws will have the throw in. Again, those night games will be at 5 o'clock and 7:30. Streaming live on imgacademy.com, courtesy of Stream Sports. Oklahoma City having to deal with some high pressure from the New York Red Bulls. Connor Lade putting a little on. Chewy Sanchez passes to his left. And now Energy FC on the charge. Trying to get into the corner. Back to Gareth Evans. Back up, nice play, gets to Delgado. And now a chance, the low ground cross knocked out by Kennedy Hurtado. And able to deflect that one again and out for the Oklahoma City throw. Trying to get the long throw into the box, and the rare flip throw gets near the goal, but able to be cleared out by the Red Bulls. Always fun to see the flip throw and to try and get a little extra distance. Acrobatic move, and just to the right by about 15-20 yards of some fans that got a good look. Taken back away, sent up into the corner for Dalgard. Able to keep it on the line. Cuts back, gets around one. And the foul going to be whistled, and they call it. Sean McLaws put his foot down, tried to get to the ball, but tripped over. Chewy Sanchez, wind blowing again directly away from the Red Bull goal. Chewy Sanchez will have an in-swinger, try and duck this one near the far post. Gets up under it, curls, gets ahead to it, and just bounces down in front of Rainish and over for the goal kick. Nice attempt by Oklahoma City Energy FC. But the game remains a 1-0 advantage for the New York Red Bulls. .52 minute of play. No second half goals yet. And we are live from IMG Academy. It is the IMG Suncoast Pro Classic. And featuring 4 MLS sides and 4 other international sides. Oklahoma City, the only USL Pro team making an appearance, and excellent defense by number 32, Carl Ouimet. Kept in by McLaws. Unguarded on the near side. Now the long lead pass looking for Anatol Labong, but headed back on by Oklahoma City. Connor Lade in pursuit and unable to get it up. John Kennedy Hurtado able to head it back to Rainish, who's able to scoop it up in front of Kyle Gregg. Ouimet. And now sent up. It's a good pass intended for Dane Richards. Evan Newton trying to track it back. Comes off of his line and able to clear it just outside of the 18. Connor Lade gets ahead to it. Danny Delgado wins possession for Oklahoma City. That pass intended for Kyle Gregg, but will be settled down on the back line by Kennedy Hurtado. Red Bulls with some time to get a play to develop. Instead, that one goes away. Looks like it may have been intended for Connor Lade. McLaw is able to stick with it. Gets sealed off by Sebastian Dalgard. And that one just sent over the crossbar. Again, Dalgard had a nice touch to intercept it from either being received by Lade or McLaws was right there had he missed it, but goes out for a goal kick, a first real good chance from Oklahoma City here in the second half. And number 22 for Oklahoma City, the lone goal scorer, an impressive one off of a rebound Wednesday night against Toronto FC. And also into the wind. Kyle Gregg able to keep that one from going out and confused a little bit of McLaws and Ouimet. just assuming it was going to go out, but a nice flick by Greg. Now Kamar Lawrence. Back to Peggy Loyandula. Now Loyandula dribbling into the midfield circle. And now up for Anatola Bong, who is going to be whistled for offside. And out past touch, it'll be a throw-in for the Red Bulls. 56th minute. Still 1-0 in favor of New York. And Lade gets shoved to the ground, and how is that not a foul? Now the other way, Sebastian Dalgard. It's a 3-on-2. Lade gets back, put a foot on it. Danny Delgado in the 18 has a chance to maybe get a cross in. Fought for by the Red Bulls and finally cleared out. And up to Dane Richards. Dane Richards able to send it up. Anatola Bong on the charge. And kept in, no foul. Gareth Evans able to get it back up. Now Lade. Wide open lane to a Bong. Great first touch and turn. Gets through. Gareth Evans with a nice slide challenge to win the ball back for Oklahoma City. Gets it up into the wind and will bounce toward the near touchline. McClaws able to cut it back, and getting a foot to it is Greg. Be a throw-in for the Red Bulls. Ouimet will drop it back to his keeper, Kyle Rainish. Now Kamar Lawrence. Nice touch to get it up to the trialist Manolo Sanchez. Now Kennedy Hurtado. Over to Connor Lade on the near side. Gets it up, Dane Richards. Good job to stay onside. Tries to get by one. McClaws can't get there for the deflection. Now Dalgard playing a keep away. And sent back to Kennedy Hurtado. Sean Davis gets it up to Peggy Loyandula. Loyandula making a charge. Has some room. Jersey being held. Nice cutback. Loyandula now with a chance. Approaching the 18. Drops it off for Connor Lade up top, who puts up a shot from distance, and Evan Newton right there to keep it a 1-0 scoreline. 58th minute of play. And a nice shot from just outside the 18 by Connor Lade. Sean Davis able to settle it down for the Red Bulls. Nice give and go with Peggy Loyandula. Davis loses it a little bit, has to put the brakes on and come back. And Oklahoma City now with the interception. It's Chewy Sanchez. And Daniel Gonzalez. Taken back away. Kennedy Hurtado drops back to Rainish. And Ouimet. Sebastian Dalgard with a steal deep in the zone. Drops it off for Chewy Sanchez, but then again intercepted by Kennedy Hurtado. Dane Richards, that time offside by just about 2 or 3 feet. The assistant referee right there. 59th minute of play. And the second whistle there for another ball on the pitch. Dane Richards putting on some good pressure. Near side trying to get around. Dalgard. Now chested back down by Due. Delgado tries to cut back. Gets around Lade. Passes up to Kyle Gregg. Dribbling into the corner. Trying to get by one. Can't get around McClaws, and no foul called. Connor Lade able to get it away and now trailing out, but kept in bounds. And now Dalgard drops back to Due. Now the nice turn. Dalgard gets by one, but too heavy on the little pass to himself. Unable to get his cleat out of the pitch and give chase. Due will have to drop it back for Oklahoma City. 60th minute of play. Danny Delgado, a nice flick back to himself, but can't keep it in. It'll be a throw-in for McClaws on the near side. Headed back out, and another throw. And a substitution. And that will be the end of Kyle Rainish's day. Had the clean sheet going, but it is preseason, so trying to get as many players meaningful minutes. So we will now see Santiago Castaño out of Queens, New York, formerly of Red Bull Academy. One of the younger players on the pitch. We met with a nice header up intended for Richards. Kept back in by McClaws. Connor Lade over to Sean Davis. Space to run, and now Kamar Lawrence, the Jamaican national player, cuts it through, and Evan Newton puts a hand on it and sends it high. That will go out for a corner kick from the far side. Again, mentioned in the first half when Oklahoma City was kicking one. Michael Bradley put one on target, almost getting the ever-beautiful Olympic goal. So now Sean Davis will kick this one up into the wind with the in-swinger. Red Bulls with a set piece. Davis gets under it, curling towards the back, and almost finds the back of the net. And it looked like Anatol Abong almost got a foot to it and just sent it wide right. A beautiful chance, though, by Sean Davis. Red Bulls just unable to finish. They still have the 1-0 advantage over Oklahoma City. We are at IMG Academy, one of the elite training facilities in the country. Many developmental academies for baseball, football, basketball, tennis. You can see some of the construction in the background. And many soccer teams and other professional athletes like to call this home in the offseason. Now Kamar Lawrence drops back to Sean Davis. Loyandula back over to Davis, and now the nice turn. And just away from Abong, and now Oklahoma City trying to counter. Davis able to win it back. Connor Lade with a nice trip, and Oklahoma City wanting a foul call, but Lade just running by him, nothing called. Loyandula able to get by one. And now up to Lade. He's got some room and just a little heavy on his first touch, but taken back by McClaws. No doubt looking for Dane Richards. And now a chance, Dalgard. Lade with a little shove, Chewy Sanchez. And Chewy gets it up to Kyle Gregg. Nice turn on the far side by Gonzalez. Drops back to Delgado. Now Gareth Evans with the switch over to the near side, and Peebo Due, guarded by Dane Richards. Peggy Loyandula puts on some good pressure, a nice defensive stance. They're not going to call a foul. Gareth Evans, and now just playing a little bit of a possession game. He gets that one up into the wind. Kamar Lawrence fights for it, and they're going to whistle a foul on Daniel Gonzalez, so it'll be a free kick for the Red Bulls. Substitution now. We'll see Anderson Gabriel Cajano out of Red Bull Brazil. And a couple subs also for the Oklahoma City side. So that will be 17 in. Peter Toth out for Sebastian Dalgard. We'll also see Reed McKenna, one of the trialists, subbing in for Daniel Gonzalez. And Danny Delgado will have a seat in favor of Cyprian Hedrick. And that will be the end of Peggy Loyandula's day, so now we will see Anderson Gabriel Cajano in his stead in the midfield. And he gets his first touch of the game. It's a good one with a nice turn. Gets it up to Anatola Bong. Dribbling across Manolo Sanchez. Just a little bit of a miscommunication there on the pass. And Kyle Gregg able to keep it in. Gareth Evans sent up. Dewey gets it back to the middle, and Gregg able to keep it away from the Red Bulls. We're in the 66th minute. 1-0 the RBNY advantage over OKC. Now Reed McKenna on the far side. Got some minutes late on Wednesday night as a sub, and now a nice takeaway. And a dangerous run off the line by Santiago Castaño after the deflection and the steal possibly by Michael Harris. But an excellent athletic move to make his presence known back in the Red Bull defensive zone. Dane Richards fighting for it. Peebo Dewey with a nice touch back to Gareth Evans and looking for an OKC player. And that was, in fact, a handball incidental on Sean Davis. Goes off his head. Center referee is going to say where the free kick is, and now a chance for Oklahoma City to maybe put one on target. And it will be Chewy Sanchez. That one curling in and away and headed out, and that should be a corner kick, and it is. And wind blowing directly away from this goal, from south to north. And with the outswinger, gets under it. Curling in front of the net. Headed back out. Chewy Sanchez tries to curl one in. Fighting for it, Dane Richards with a nice touch. Gets up and then cleared back in by Cyprian Hedrick. Cyprian Hedrick, formerly of the Phoenix Wolves of USL Pro. Manolo Sanchez, right now, the difference in the game, has that one booted away by Gareth Evans. It'll be a throw-in for McLaws. Connor Lade, and they're going to call the foul as Connor Lade tried to get around Kyle Gregg. Now a Bong. Nice pass, a little heavy for Lade, and it takes a goofy bounce right before Lade was able to get his foot to it, and will go out for a throw-in for Oklahoma City. Just a little over 20 minutes remaining in this match. And if the result holds, the Red Bulls will have a record of 1 win, 1 draw, no losses, and be at the top of this group that features the 2 teams you're watching now, and also HB Kuya and Toronto FC. Toronto FC getting a much-needed win this morning after losing to the Oklahoma City side on Wednesday. And now, throw-in whistled from the far side. Carl Ouimet pointing to McLaws to settle it down. Play switched, and Sean Davis gets a foot to it, but Peebo Dewey right there to take it back for Oklahoma City. And a little bit of a shove from Anderson Gabriel Cajano. fresh legs, you can see, playing with a little bit of pace, and Dane Richards almost getting called for a foul there, and you can see the center referee having some words again with Jimmy Nielsen of OKC, and then that time they are going to whistle the foul, and it's going to be a foul on Anatola Bong. Tried to jump up and over Cyprian Hedrick. And now Chewy Sanchez gives it back up to Manolo Sanchez. And Gabriel Cajano has it slid away. And the throw-in for the Red Bulls will come back to Kamar Lawrence. 71st minute of play. Red Bulls still with the 1-goal advantage. Up, Connor Lade, room to turn. Passes up, Dane Richards gets a little bit of a shove, and they fight for it. Gareth Evans able to win it back for Oklahoma City. And that will be Carl Ouimet going down and drawing the foul. It'll be a free kick. McLaws comes across midfield. And a nice defensive header by Cyprian Hedrick to keep the ball away from Dane Richards and Anatola Bong. And now a nice throw. It's down to Gabriel Cajano. Now a chance to cross. Tries to cut it back a little bit and cleared back upfield towards McLaws and Pibo Due, and a little bit of a tug on the jersey by McLaws will draw the foul and the free kick for OKC. And Evan Newton coming well off of his line to take this free kick. Red Bull's not putting any pressure off. He's got to hope he doesn't mishit it. Connor Lade tries to touch it back up to one of his teammates. Not sure who it was intended for, but now goes back to Oklahoma City. Cyprian Hedrick going to get called for a foul, and there may be a verbal warning. Nope, they're just going to let the free kick come from Gareth Evans. Now the turn. Peter Toth gets it back in the middle to Due. Taken up, Chewy Sanchez over to Reed McKenna on the far side. Breaks into the 18. Tries to get a cross up and goes out over the crossbar. And Santiago Castaño will have the goal kick. Sent back up across midfield. Dane Richards gets ahead to it and then headed away from Anatola Bong. And a handful of jersey. There will be a free kick. Jacob Van Compernal almost took the shirt right off of Dane Richards' back. And now on the quick restart, Sean McLaws almost unguarded on the near side, approaching the 18. Cuts into the box, a chance to cross. He shoved off the ball, and that will go out for a goal kick. Nice run by Sean McLaws, but a heavy touch just gets him off of his run and able to be sealed out. Sean McLaws able to head that one into the back of Due, and a very acrobatic clearance to get it back upfield, and finally up to Sean Davis for the Red Bulls. Kennedy Hurtado. Ouimet. Was up to Cajano, and now Reed McKenna takes it away for OKC. Chewy Sanchez near the midfield circle gets it into Gareth Evans and drops back to Evan Newton. Anatola Bong putting a lot of pressure up top, and now he's going to make a charge at Newton. Newton sends it back up past midfield. Good touch and turn by Sean Davis. Gets it up to Dane Richards, who's onside. Has a chance to maybe get across to Abong and just parried right. A good save by Evan Newton for what was sure to find the back of the old onion bag, and a beautiful cross by former Red Bull, now trialist Dane Richards to number 9, the unsigned draft pick, Anatol Abong. That will go out for a corner kick from the far side. Another good charge by the Red Bulls. Another great stop by Evan Newton. Sean Davis's last corner attempt from this side was a good shot that almost found the back of the net. Anatol Abong got a foot to it but sent it wide right. We'll see what Sean Davis can do here. Gets under it. Lower cross, and that one bounces through. And foul whistled in the box. 76th minute of play. And a player down. Dane Richards looks like he may be cramping up. So we'll have a little bit of a stoppage here. Looks like we will have another substitution coming in. Sal Zizzo, formerly of Sporting Kansas City. Not sure who he's going to be coming in for. Probably Dane Richards, as the 70-degree breeze is refreshing. It is very draining to be running around in this sun without any help from the shade. Thank everybody for spending their Saturday afternoon here with us on NewYorkRedBulls.com. Dane Richards walking back on his own power. And they're going to wait for Dane Richards to come off, and Sal Zizzo will come on for the Red Bulls. Now Newton with the boot. Headed up, kept in by McClaws, and Connor Lade with a nice touch, and now a good pass for the sub, Sam Zizzo. Takes a high bounce, he's able to settle it back down and has McClaws on the rush behind him. Now crossed in towards the back post, and Manolo Sanchez can't keep it in. It will roll down the end line and then finally cleared upfield to Reed McKenna. And Kyle Gregg, and they are going to whistle a free kick. Center referee right there. They're going to call that foul on John Kennedy Hurtado. Kyle Gregg looks like he may have came down a little rough, getting tripped up and getting a warning from the center official. Now the free kick, a low bullet into the box and finally cleared away just outside the 18. It's headed back to Evan Newton. McClaws shoved away. Peebo Due able to keep the ball for Oklahoma City. And now Toth is tripped up and no foul whistled. McClaws has a charging Zizzo on the near side and taken away by Cyprian Hedrick, and he's actually able to clear it out. I thought it might have gone off of Zizzo, but the assistant referee right there. Now McClaws, low ground cross, getting into the box. Abong maybe with a chance and taken down and only awarded the corner kick. Sure, the Red Bull faithful watching back in New York and New Jersey would have loved to see a penalty there, but instead we'll have Sean Davis from the near side corner. In the 80th minute, wind blowing directly into the net. And this one will swing away from the goal, but the wind will help it back towards it. And that one gets up. Good strength and a nice defensive header. Lade gets back up and volleys one. And then taken back away by Oklahoma City. Another nice chance by the Red Bulls, but the back line of Oklahoma City Energy FC able to stick with it. Reed McKenna gets it, and now we've got a couple of players down on the pitch as Reed McKenna charges for Energy FC. Cyprian Hedrick settling it down, a bong on the charge. Pushes Hedrick off the ball and now looking for Chewy Sanchez. And Sean McClaw is unable to keep that in the field of play. It'll be a throw-in for Jacob Van Compernal. And a nice head back, but he is offside. It was a nice play off of the throw-in, but Red Bulls will have the free kick. Santiago Castaño really not challenged so far since his substitution. We're now in the 82nd minute of play. Nice touch, and now a chance. Oklahoma City on the counter. Reed McKenna steps over, sticks with it. The pressure comes back for the New York Red Bulls. And poked back, Anatola Bong, a nice turn. Space to run. And sent back to Castaño, who will allow Kyle Gregg to put a little pressure on, and he will pick it up before rolling it to his right, and Kyle Ouimet. Now John Kennedy Hurtado to Ouimet, and now up to McClaws. Nice first touch on the near sideline. And that one by Peebo Due. Looked like it might have been bouncing out, but instead he stays with it, tries to cut it back off, and McClaws still tries to stick with it. Looks like it may have gone off the arm of Chewy Sanchez, who able to win it away from Sean McClaws. And that one comes off the back of Kyle Gregg. It'll be a throw-in for the Red Bulls. And Sal Zizzo finds Connor Lade and back to McClaws, and a wide-open Carl Ouimet. And Kennedy Hurtado in the midfield circle. They opt to go to the far sideline. Now Lade just playing the possession game, and now Red Bulls make the charge, and a nice sliding boot. Looks like that may have been Peebo Due or Cyprian Hedrick on the clearance back upfield, and Ouimet with a wide open McClaws on the near side. Again, making a run into the corner, tries to lead Zizzo. Gets a good first touch and tries to get the cross up and over and into the hands of Newton. And Anatola Bong is down. Didn't see what happened. Looks like he may have. Seems to be holding his ankle or shin. May have just touched it, or it may be a cramp, is in fact what it looks to be. 84th minute of play, anticipating maybe 2 or 3 minutes of stoppage time here at the end of regulation. And thanks for tuning in to NewYorkRedBulls.com for this afternoon's game for the IMG Suncoast Pro Classic. Again, those wanting to watch some of more MLS preseason soccer, 5 o'clock on IMGAcademy.com will be the Columbus Crew and the Costa Rican U23 team. And then 7:30 will be the Philadelphia Union taking on London United. Now Newton with the boot back upfield. And they're going to say a little push in the back by Ouimet. And they're going to let Anatol Labong back on after stepping off briefly for the cramp. And this will be Peter Toth taking the free kick, trying to see if Oklahoma City has an equalizer. That one curling towards the far post, and again, a little too strong. Goes out. That will be a goal kick for Castaño. 86th minute, just under 5 remaining in regulation. Center referee telling him to speed up. Castaño. It's a boot into it. McKenna fights for the header. Does not get to it. It'll be a throw-in for Oklahoma City. Michael Harris on the far side. Does the flip throw. Gets it deep downfield. And Kyle Gregg has it. An excellent play on that quick toss, and no foul. Oklahoma City wanted it. Didn't get it. Anatol Labong charging. Jimmy Nielsen voicing his displeasure. And now the fourth official. And looks like Jimmy Nielsen may in fact get a yellow. And we have not had the benefit of fourth officials. And actually, no. Jimmy Nielsen has been sent off, the Oklahoma City manager. And the fourth official telling the center referee to send off Jimmy Nielsen after using a couple words that we can't say on the broadcast. Apologies if they came through the microphone. They were pretty loud. Now Anatol Labong. Connor Lade wins it back for the Red Bulls. And again, trying to regain possession. Oklahoma City able to win it back. And Sal Zizzo gets a little bit of a charge, and again, no foul called. These referees have been very lenient on some of the major contact that's happened and not calling fouls. Just over the head of Kyle Gregg, Sal Zizzo flicks it back on. That is Gabriel Cajaño. And Connor Lade with just about 2.5 minutes remaining in regulation. Plus about probably 2 minutes or so of stoppage. The Red Bulls really just need to play keep away for the next few minutes to walk away victorious. And Ouimet. Nice pass intended for Abong or Manolo Sanchez. Headed back over in a nice charge by Sanchez, but Evan Newton there to scoop it up. Oklahoma City quick to try and counter. Peter Toth. Nice touch, gets it over to Chewy Sanchez. And now on the near side, Peebo Due. Settles it back to Van Compernal. And a beautiful turn by Sean Davis to keep it away from Oklahoma City. Gareth Evans, though, finds it at his feet. Chewy Sanchez. And Oklahoma City now going to have to press higher. Cyprian Hedrick playing one of these center back positions for Oklahoma City. Oh, Peter Toth almost has it taken away from Connor Lade. A good slide tackle by Lade. We are now in the 90th minute. Red Bulls up 1-0. The lone goal coming back in the 10th minute. Tryless Manolo Sanchez on a beautiful assist by Bradley Wright Phillips. Sean McClaw is fighting for it. That one should stick with the Red Bulls. It will be a throw-in. And now the deep throw down the line, meant for a bong. He loses touch on the pitch, and the OKC manager, I believe now that's assistant coach James Ritchie, after Jimmy Nielsen sent off a few minutes ago. And waiting for a word on stoppage. And now a nice touch and turn by Kamar Lawrence. Again, the Jamaican national gets it up to a bong. And headed back forward by OKC. And offside is the whistle. And now the quick restart, and there will be no stoppage time, in fact. So after 90 minutes, New York Red Bulls 1, Oklahoma City Energy FC 0. And a good result after the disappointing draw on Wednesday night for the Red Bulls. Again, that lone goal coming in the 10th minute. Trialist Manolo Sanchez, formerly played Clemson University, or I'm sorry, not trialist, the unsigned draft pick Manolo Sanchez, playing with Clemson University and notching a goal here in the preseason. A beautiful assist by Bradley Wright Phillips. And that is how this game will end. My name is Ryan Sudol. Red Bulls fans, thank you for tuning in on NewYorkRedBulls.com. Hope you enjoyed the broadcast. I know you enjoyed the outcome. Stay tuned, 5 o'clock at IMGAcademy.com. Columbus Crew and the Costa Rican U23 team. That game coming up in just about 45 minutes here at IMG Academy. Thank you for tuning in. This has been an exclusive presentation of the IMG Suncoast Pro Classic on NewYorkRedBulls.com.